Welcome to Sparks from DifferenceMakers by John Michael. It seems to me if a tool is so widely used, there must be something to it. As a leadership mentor and coach, procrastination is almost always the first thing my clients want to eliminate from their lives. Actually, they begin by telling me that it's not quite the right time for this, or that the task needs something they haven't got right now, or they're waiting for inspiration, or 100 other things that absolve them of any blame, but what they really mean is that they're procrastinating. But, as you will begin to realize, I advise them not to eliminate the very tool that is there to help them navigate the rough spots in life and business. What if procrastination was a good thing and we stopped beating ourselves up about it and learned why we do it? There's a delicious quote from Rita Mae Brown. If it weren't for the last minute, nothing would get done. Today's spark comes from Samir when he learned how to use his own procrastination as a tool for growth.
The Detour. The urgency hit me the moment I saw the email with the subject line blaring, urgent. Deliverables due today. Where are we? Panic rose within me, not because I was surprised by the deadline, but because it was a stark reminder that I had let this moment creep up on me. I had seen it coming weeks ago but hadn't acted. The task had loomed like an ominous cloud in the back of my mind. Instead of tackling it head-on, I had distracted myself with trivial tasks, color-coding schedules and researching ergonomic chairs. I am Samir Joshi, 29, a rising project manager at a mid-tier tech firm. I dream big, but I occasionally admit to myself, inertia often holds me back. Under pressure, my mind sharpens at the 11th hour like a fine blade. But today's challenge was no ordinary one. It was a proposal for a multi-million-dollar client, a chance my boss, Miranda, had given me to step into the spotlight. Yet I hesitated. I always hesitate. I don't know why. I just do. Okay, the truth is, at the beating heart of my procrastination was a deeper fear of inadequacy. A sentiment, I gather, is rooted in both neuroscience and scripture. This fear activated my amygdala, hijacking my rational thought and sabotaging my decision-making processes. As a verse from Paul's second letter to Timothy 1:7 maybe, echoed faintly in my mind, I felt challenged by its call for power, love, and, that savage barb at the end. Self-discipline. My phone buzzed, interrupting my spiraling, panicking thoughts with a text from Miranda. In the boardroom in 30. Please be ready. Ha! I exclaimed. This is the day I get found out. My fork in the road. Accept the shame of unpreparedness or conjure a miracle. I heard my grandmother's voice, a childhood memory from a picnic. The Lord didn't give you a spirit of fear, Samir, but of power, love, and self-discipline. Her belief in her wisdom was my lifeline. Embracing stress-induced focus, something I learned from some neuroscience podcast, I found a strange clarity. I could feel the pumping throb of the adrenaline course through me, heightening my focus, transforming stress into a catalyst for excellence. Staring at the blank document, I was haunted by the impossibility of completing the task in half an hour. Yet, another part of me whispered an important truth. Just start. The Zeigarnik effect I remembered, and you'll remember that odd name too now, Russian by the way, 100 years ago. Anyway, he suggests that merely beginning a task creates a psychological pull to finish it. Pretty well aligns with my faith's call to take the first step without seeing the entire path ahead. I broke the task into manageable pieces. Banger for an opening. An intro of the problem and purpose. Then key points. Progress over perfection. Wow, I'm full of the great quotes today. Zeigarnik effect in action. In 20 minutes, I had more than a draft. I had conquered inertia. Budge over, Sir Isaac. When I entered the boardroom, Miranda looked at me with a mix of expectation and support. You ready, Sam? She asked. Despite the sweat in my palms, I nodded. My voice faltered at first, but soon steadied, my confidence growing with each slide. I wasn't merely presenting. I was leading. Then, disaster struck. A crucial slide was missing. Fear surged, but I remembered Miranda's words. People don't expect you to be perfect. They expect honesty and adaptability. Nothing for it. I improvised, filling the void with verbal clarity. Well, I thought so anyway. The client's nod of approval was a vote in favor too, and a testament to the power of being quick to adapt. After the meeting, Miranda's rare smile was a balm to my weary mind. Not bad, she said. Trust yourself more. Don't let fear keep you from starting. I realized procrastination wasn't my enemy. It was a signal, a prompt from deep within to confront my fears and doubts. Fear, I learned, wasn't a stop sign. It was a detour. As I walked back to my desk, I reflected on my grandmother's words. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Proverbs 16:3. I promised myself to tackle the next project with courage and clarity. Of course, I even promised myself that I'd do so in plenty of time too, but you know how it is at work. So much to do, so little time. But here's what I learned that I think will help you. Procrastination is often a signal, a red flag, if you will, of deeper fears or unresolved issues. When you find yourself procrastinating, examine what the roots are and address them. You too will find that even the most daunting tasks become manageable. Remember, leadership isn't about being fearless. It's about moving forward despite fear. Through neuroscience insights and scriptural wisdom, I discovered how to transform fear's detour into destiny.
We can learn a lot from Samir's story about his procrastination and how he now sees it as a signal, a red flag alerting him to a deeper fear or concern or an issue that needs to be addressed. So let's consider some very practical steps that you can take to use your own procrastination as a tool for growth and life. And of course, I'll be using the Makers framework. Practical steps you can take. Motivate. Procrastination often signals underlying fears and doubts that can prevent individuals from reaching their full potential. By addressing these fears head-on, people can transform their perceived obstacles into opportunities for growth and success. Pursuing this transformation not only enhances personal development but also encourages leadership that moves forward despite fear. Acquire. To effectively tackle procrastination, it's essential to understand its psychological and neurological underpinnings. The fear of inadequacy can activate the amygdala, leading to stress responses that cause avoidance behavior. Meanwhile, concepts like the Zeigarnik effect and cognitive flexibility, neuroplasticity, highlight the power of starting and adapting when facing unexpected challenges. Knowledge application. Practicing the principle of breaking large tasks into smaller, manageable steps can reduce the overwhelming nature of daunting projects. By focusing on progress rather than perfection, individuals can trigger the psychological tension that compels completion, as explained by the Zeigarnik effect. Additionally, leveraging stress-induced focus can enhance performance under pressure. Empower. In real life, people can take several steps to empower themselves against procrastination and fear. Start with small, actionable tasks rather than waiting for perfect conditions. Embrace adaptability and maintain honesty in situations where plans deviate. By doing this, individuals can transform fear from a stop sign into a detour that propels them forward, as shown through both scripture and neuroscience. Review questions. What specific fears tend to hold you back, and how can you confront them directly? How does procrastination typically show up in your life, and what might it be trying to communicate to you? What is one small action you can take today towards a task you've been avoiding? Share. To share your journey and insights with others, consider discussing the personal strategies that helped you overcome procrastination and fear. Whether through writing, mentoring, or speaking, offer insights into how breaking tasks into smaller parts and applying adaptability can lead to greater confidence and productivity. Encourage others to view procrastination as a signal for introspection and growth, helping them to turn fear's detour into a path toward destiny.
Sparks from DifferenceMakers, thank you for your support. We're excited to be able to freely share sparks from DifferenceMakers thanks to the incredible support of partners like you. Your generosity makes it possible for us to continue offering these resources to everyone. If you haven't become a paid subscriber yet, we invite you to join us today. Your subscription not only helps us sustain our mission, but also allows us to reach even more individuals who aspire to be the difference maker they were meant to be. Plus, you'll have exclusive access to paid subscribers-only mad coaching habits and immediate access to the Difference Maker series episode. We'd also love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your feedback truly warms our hearts. And if you know someone who could benefit from our sparks, stories, or coaching habits, please pass this along. Thank you for being a vital part of our community.